a very special thank you to everybody who tunes in to the Justin Podcast. And I also want to give a special thanks to all my sponsors.
Mamma mia! Pizza Cake haven't chosen me to tell you about the new Corleone pizza. Soft white Italian dough, soaked in the finest Palermo tomato, all topped with 1 whole pound of Milano cheese. Then choose 5 toppings from the famous Pizza Cake 500. Mwah. And remember what Mama said, leave room for dessert at Pizza Cake.
He's considered to be the greatest announcer in XTV history. And now, Justin Turkey Leg brings his famous voice along with his awesome friends to the podcast world. This is Justin's Podcast.
Welcome to another edition of Justin's Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Ernest Justin Turkey Leg, of course. Who else would it be? Why do I ever say that? I mean, why do I always say that? I come up here, Ernest Justin Turkey Leg with you. No duh. It says Justin's Podcast. You fat egg-sucking dog. All you ever do is botch up. I can't believe they still let you have a show on this network. See, Daniel Dingo, you always coming around here somber. You are the Grinch that stole XTV's Christmas. That's right, we ain't doing an XTV Christmas this year because Daniel Dingo stole it. You're a fat ass, you fat son of a bitch. You sat on it, and your mom's a whore. Good show we got for you, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Dingo just threw me for a loop. He talked about my mother. Anyway, yeah, Miss Martha, my beautiful wife. That's right. Martha, just seeing her name on any marquee in XTV, it just makes a part of my heart just feel like it glows a little bit. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about my wife. And I've always felt that way about my wife, contrary to popular belief. People want to make it like, oh, Justin, you always dogging your wife. You don't really love her. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I think y'all can get a good glimpse of our love. We share a whole bunch of stories on this one. She talk about, her early days in XTV, trying to sit up there talking about I told some sort of lie. I'm gonna put it to you like this, y'all, and I alluded to it on the podcast. I'm gonna put it to you like this, cause I tell my version of the story, and I just let her have the flow here. I got a podcast on. I was Millennium's first guest on his first podcast. And I told my story, and I told about how I got to XTV, and I talked about Martha, and she trying to say that I missed out on stuff. So that's what she talking about here. She talking about modern day XTV. I mean we talk about all kind of stuff. We just kind of sitting down shooting the breeze about XTV. We get into a whole lot of good things. She make a whole lot of good points. A lot of cool experiences. So yeah, I think you're gonna really enjoy this one. Few things on my mind this week. I think I said in the podcast that Modern Day Classic is already ready, and it's good to go. It's set, but I think and I ain't gonna talk about it too much now because I think I do break it down in the podcast, and we do break it down in the podcast. So yeah, let me break this down because this is what we're trying to do. I gotta say this. Because this is the plan, and I don't think that we had the plan at the time that we did this. But the plan is myself, Tavari, Yosi, and Martha will be a 4-man panel. We're going to do a pre-show, probably like 30 minutes to an hour long, who knows. Well, I ain't saying that we're going to do this, but the plan is to do this 1 hour before Modern Day Classic. That's supposed to premiere on Saturday. So, you know what I'm saying? You getting a little bonus content. We might do a match, but mostly we're going to be running down the card. We're going to play some promos. You know what I'm saying? Probably get some interviews, you know what I'm saying, from some stars. Do a whole bunch of fun stuff building up to the big card, Modern Day Classic, that's going to be premiering probably at 6 o'clock Eastern time on YouTube. But don't quote me on that. Just check your notifications. Check your local listings, as they say in the old days. They ain't got local listings. I just always wanted to say that. Check your notifications. They'll tell you what's going on. You know what I mean? But I'm just giving you a heads up here about what's going on. So yeah, we got that. XTV04, of course, right there around the corner. Yeah, the big match everybody's talking about, J&W Boss versus Killer. We're gonna have time off apparently on the 24th or the 25th, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. We ain't really sure how this gonna go down, how everybody's schedule gonna fall into place. But yeah, that's the time that everything is actually gonna go down. That we're gonna actually have these matches. But you might not see this pay-per-view till January. And, you know, maybe not. Who knows? You know, it just depends on how time falls. Also, big news. Guess what's become the main focal point right now? Mortal Kombat. They're trying to finish the second half. I don't know if it got to do with Mortal Kombat 11 coming out. But, you know, in my opinion, I think that it's just the fact that now that Howard's life is done, now that Raylan is done, and, you know, we right here at Modern Day Classic 2018, you look around and you know, we look on the horizon and we like, man, there ain't really that many side projects going on. So now we can pick up where we left off with Mortal Kombat. I talked to Trunks the other day. Trunks was like, because, you know, we was always messing with Trunks because, you know, every time he went in for his lines, he would always not say what was on the damn script. He would just always go off script. And, of course, that's what we love about Trunks. But the problem is matching it up with what Bo Rachel was saying. But, you know, it's Trunks. But, you know, and then we're probably going to have to redo him again. He might be a little bit too low. That's also another issue with Trunks when we record movies. Just ask anybody from XTV West. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited about that, Mortal Kombat. For some reason, you know, I mean, I guess I wasn't excited about it, you know, earlier this year. I wasn't excited about it that much. I wasn't as excited about it as I am now. But now I am for some reason. And I think that it's just probably because we have the time to put real love and care and focus in it. And another thing I was saying was I like how, you know, Jackie Briggs and Cassie Cage kind of like in a prominent role on screen right now. You know what I mean? Leading into this, because, you know, they can play off of that stuff now. You know what I mean? Because for a shoot, you know, I think, you know, we got lines already. You know, we got a lot of stuff already recorded from when this movie was first worked on. But now I think, you know, a lot of stuff might just have to get re-recorded. You know, and a lot of the cast members just way better. You know, because we've done projects. You know, see when that happened, I don't think that we were doing that many projects. Don't quote me on that, but I just feel like that wasn't, you know, something that we was doing consistently. And so I feel like that was the kickoff to like everything you've seen since then. You know what I mean? And that was always the plan for Mortal Kombat to lead into NXTV. And that was the way of introducing those two. But you seen how that played out. We ain't see Cassie till like earlier this year. And shout out to Cassie Cage, because I think that, you know, I personally think that she done a pretty good job. You know what I'm saying? She ain't all the way there yet, but she on her way to being like a top star. I think she's gonna be a big name in 2K19. I really think that. You know, because she done come in and you know, she's kept herself in the mix ever since she arrived on XTV. And you see some stars, you know, they here today, going tomorrow, kind of hot and cold. You know what I mean? And so Cassie stayed in there. It got to do with booking, but it also got to do with, hey man, certain characters, you know what I mean? They when they perform, they show, they make eyes, you know, go on them. You know what I'm saying? You know, like a good example of that is somebody like Carmen. Carmen, and yeah, you know, she not in XTV no more. But, you know, she made herself important. When she cut promos, when we had that NXTV promo practice, and you saw all those different stars, you know, cutting promos and saying, different things. She's one of the people that stood out. We were like, damn, we didn't know what we had. And so they started letting her cut promos on TV, and she got Tyrone Andre. In my opinion, I feel like she's a tremendous hand in how Tyrone Andre, got the name, making it on J&W Boss's NXTV Top 8, which was a pretty big deal. Of course, that was discussed with me and Vic Venom back on my Top 50 episode in the archives. But I mean, so yeah, I mean, that's what I kind of mean. You're like, well, damn, how does a character, pick their role? Well, they pick their role by, being a standout character. Because sometimes you just don't know that character has it in them, and until you give them that platform, and then they show and prove, and next thing you know, they everywhere, they popping, they huge. It's crazy how that happens in XTV. I've seen that so many times, just this year alone, with just certain stars and certain things blowing up and certain things having that XTV magic in its infancy, and it's just so great watching things grow here in XTV. All right, so man, I've been getting these emails from this guy, Bob Proctor, and man, I've been so damn swamped with XTV stuff that I ain't even been. These guys, they like do seminars and stuff on like how to make your life better, and how to like follow your purpose, and just like all kind of stuff. It's powerful stuff. Just look up Bob Proctor if you into like self-help and things like that. I've been reading things like that, Think and Grow Rich, and all these self-help books to just make myself a better person. And Bob Proctor has been a huge help. And one of his colleagues has been sending me emails. I keep on getting them. That's what I was just not looking at. And damn, I just been doing XTV stuff. They want to set up an appointment with me to talk to them. So I'm gonna do that as soon as I get off of this with this open. I'm finna respond to that right now. And yeah, man, we're gonna see how that move. But yeah, man, this is a good ass podcast. I'm sitting with my wife. On the other side of this break, it's me and Martha, y'all. This portion of the Justin's podcast is brought to you by Planet Fitness. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, I said it. It's brought to you by Planet Fitness. And let me tell you why. Because that's the place that I go that I can get my heavy breathing ass to breathing straight, and I ain't gonna have to go to sleep with one of them damn masks on. You know what I'm saying? Because, I sleep all over the place, and a brother ain't got time for that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but it's also brought to you by Audible.com. That's right. I mean, not .com, just Audible. That's right. The listening, where you can listen to all sorts of books. And when you become a Black Card member of Planet Fitness, you see, they hook you up with free credits. Now, I was under the impression that, they was just going to give me 2 free credits. And that's how I got my first 2 audio books. Because, I be out there on the truck. I be doing a whole lot of driving around, and, for hours and hours. And, it's cool to have something to listen to. So, I'll be having all kinds of audiobooks playing. And, it turns out that, after the first, 2 credits, you get to try the first month free. And after that is like $14 a month. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I got all these bills over my head. But you know what? $14, man. Go ahead, add that along too, because you gotta enjoy your life, right? So yeah, that's the deal going on with Audible, and they link with Planet Fitness, and it's just crazy how it just keeps on giving you. You exercising your mind and you exercising your body. And ain't that something good? Check it out, man. Audible.com and Planet Fitness. Where right now they got $10 down. No, $1 down and $10 a month. That's a hell of a deal. You know what I'm saying? I got off my fat ass, and I think that you can do it too if you need to. And if you're already in great shape, you know what I'm saying? You can get in better shape. We're going to pump you up.
It's Justin's podcast.
Oh man, well, this is nice. I like it.
Yes, it is.
Martha made some good ass. What you call that?
The eggnog.
Yeah, I mean, I had never tried no eggnog. I'm like, it just don't even sound like something that would agree with my stomach. Egg, and then I don't even know what the fuck nog is. Ernest, I'm telling you, so having that, with that lovely meal you prepared, I gotta say. And then there's also a little adult eggnog. See, you exposing yourself, Martha.
I know our audience.
Well, yeah, y'all. As you can tell, I'm sitting here with my lovely wife, Martha, and yeah, I mean, how you doing?
I feel pretty good. I'm very happy. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays, Alahayan.
Yes, and I'm very excited. I mean, we're getting ready for the 2019 season of XTV, or the 2019 year. So many things are being talked about. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, why don't you tell everybody, Martha, about how you just, still running things? I mean, cause let's face it, Terry can't handle all that stuff himself, and I mean, the way you would make stuff happen, you know what I'm saying? We can't get that nowhere else.
That is absolutely not true. Okay, Terry Williams runs himself crazy trying to make new things. Terry Williams has done more stuff in XTV than I ever would have thought doing. Because and that's what I knew that he would be able to do, because his he's just so innovative, and he's just so familiar with XTV. I don't know why your butt finds it necessary to tear people down. We're past that.
No, I mean, no. See, it's a real, Martha. You gotta understand it. It's a real, because the boys on the west side, they always talking about Terry Williams is a dope head.
I don't care. You're his friend. You don't talk that way. That's what Trump says to your butt. You defend your friends.
I disagree with that. I think you tell your friends the truth. You know what I'm saying? And you don't, and you're supposed to let them down easy. But damn it, if they even can't take it when you let them down easy, that's your ass, motherfucker. You gonna learn today.
Well, the problem with you is that you can dish it out, but you can't take it.
I take it. I think I take it just fine. You don't see every episode. You know what I'm saying? Or when I'm out there,
I'm not talking about what you do on TV. I'm talking about right here in the house. Okay, because let it be known, people, that Now I was messing around with Justin a while back on a podcast a while ago, but Justin is a sex crazed maniac.
wow, Martha, a sex crazed maniac?
You are. You're a maniac. You're a sexual freak.
I don't know whether to be offended or complimented by that. I mean, what's your angle in this, Martha?
I mean exactly what I said, and you know it.
But let me just point it out. That I have made a conscious effort to watch my mouth, to watch what I say. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that it's younger people watching. You know what I'm saying? And so and not even the young people. You know what I'm saying? It's more so about YouTube and what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and I think that racism and sexism, to me personally, I choose to stay away from those things. You know what I mean? So if you ever hear anything in XTV that get bleeped out, you know what I'm saying, it was probably something that was, some racial undertone, or something that's probably offensive to somebody's personal lifestyle. We try not to delve into that.
Now that I can say I'm proud of, because I haven't heard you say rub you know what or anything crazy like that on TV.
I want to let everybody know this, that Modern Day Classic is already exported, and we thinking about. You gotta tell them about this, Martha, because we thinking about going on ahead and premiering it. You know what I'm saying? This is what we want to do. Okay, this is the goal. We want to premiere it. That's not the problem, but we also want to have a pre-show. See what I'm saying? Live via XTV World. You know what I'm saying? Get everybody warmed up. Get them gathered in. Modern Day Classic is only about 2 hours and 20 minutes. It ain't. I mean, well, I'm saying up there saying only. I'm saying only relative to like some. I mean, when I think pay-per-view, I'm thinking 3 hours long. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays 3.5 and 4 hours. It get crazy.
Yeah, we had a 3 hour event, I believe.
Yeah, so and we might have another one coming up. Who knows? I don't know what XTV4 is gonna look like. We got J&W versus Killer. That might be a real slow one.
We have to talk about that.
Yeah, we have to talk about that because that's coming up soon. But yeah, about Modern Day Classic. So that's what we're trying to do. But we're trying to go up live 1 hour before. Like we're trying to hit 5 o'clock. But we got an obligation. Let's just say.
It's completely fine. You know that you have your resources. All you have to do is just pick up the phone, make a phone call, and make that happen.
I'm just saying, I'm just inviting the people in on what's going on in my head.
That's not an issue at all. You get some people to take care of your business. Meanwhile, you can be here.
Because they want to, and because they want us to do like some sort of a panel or whatever. And this is my issue. I was talking to Tavares about this, Martha, that how they gonna have us, the original, the OGs, doing a pre-show for the young kids.
I can tell that you've been talking to Tavares because that's a doggone Tavares Howard mindset if I've ever seen one.
Well, you better tread light now. You're talking about Howard here.
I don't. Tavares knows exactly where he stands with me. And Miss J agrees that he is nothing but a darn negative Ned. That's what he is. He's a negative Ned.
That ain't fair to Tavares. Tavares is a beloved character.
That has nothing to do with it. When you are a person like yourself, who is at the top of their game, and who was a main focus in all of XTV, not just a main focus on a show, you have your own show, Justin. Your own show. You have a platform. You can come out and say what you want, when you want. You have that freedom. Everybody in XTV doesn't have that. Tavares Howard has his own platform. And the energy that you put out, whether you mean for it to be funny or hurtful or whatever is your intent, it comes back. And you have to be careful what you put out there. And I think that a lot of times you two both mainly are not very mindful of what you're saying.
See, Martha. See, this is typical, y'all. This is what we get into a lot because, Martha got this whole brand new idea and concept of the world. Of like,
it's not a brand new idea. Wake up and smell the roses. It is right there in your face. It's right there. If you want to attract the right type of people, you have to put that type of vibration out there. And I'm sorry, but I feel like a whole lot of characters, not necessarily Tavares, because he does do a lot of good, but I just think that people aren't really ready for XTV the way it is. I think it's just too raw. I'm talking about XTV. I'm not talking about NXTV, because there's a protection there. And lately, some of the things that I've seen there have gotten a little out of control. Like with Justin, and I've had words with him.
what Justin did?
his mouth, which he gets from you.
Well, look, you gotta do what brought you to the dance, sweetheart. Justin is doing a real good job out there. All right, and I gotta tell you, I'm proud of what he's done, and him and Kareem, and this whole program, all of the guys over there. I'm proud of what they've done. You know what I'm saying? To get to this point, to get it real hot. And just to get on the other side of that, because I gotta say personally, episode 36 of NXTV was just so man. And we had a big discussion about that. We sat everybody down. Terry was there. Everybody was in the room, and we was like, "Hey, y'all." And I think that's after we took this big ass break. You know what I mean? And we was trying to get something get something out. And that was the next episode. And even prior to that was
it was a live event.
Yeah. And even that was
well, you have to understand, Justin. I mean, we only had so much to work with at the time, and we were still planning.
Yeah, I realized that, but I mean, shoot. Nah, I just feel like the episodes could have been so much better, and we had a real big conference about that. Everybody got to air out their opinion and things of that nature. But it was like, nah, man, that ain't gonna do. And even Terry Williams, he was like, I hold myself accountable. You know what I mean? He felt like it wasn't a good show. It wasn't strong enough, and yeah, those episodes, they gotta hit hard. Everything, or if you're setting up to something, I get your point. If you are building to something, then you gotta make them want to tune in next week. You see what I'm saying? You can't just take for granted that a motherfucker gonna tune in to your show. You have to make them want to. And that's the thing, and that's what I feel like. I just feel like episode 36 didn't really have a hook. It's just song, no chorus.
Well, I haven't seen that episode in quite some time, so I can't really comment on it. I can't comment on it. But I just feel like, these last 4 episodes that have taken place on NXTV have been tremendous build. Considering that I believe all the stories are brand new. I don't think that any stories are carrying on.
Well, you got the women's match. That kind of.
No, that's something new.
It got Shannon and Cassie in there, so that's kind of continuing their feud. And that's something that was planned the whole time. We in a real sweet spot, Martha.
We are. I am so proud. You have no idea, Justin. We've made it to a whole new modern day classic, and the things that, and I like that, getting back to the pre-show, because we were talking about that, but, I want to bring it back around to that, but I just like the fact that NXTV is the main thing. It's the flagship show. Tavares doesn't like it. He gets on Proven Grounds and tries to say that his show is the flagship show, and that is just cute. That is nothing but cute to me.
Well, it seemed like you and Howard got like a rivalry, like a Cold War.
Howard was a former XTV commissioner, and as he should, he is very opinionated. But a lot of times, he's a bit of a know-it-all. That's his issue. That's my issue with him. I won't say that's his issue. That's my personal issue with him. I think he's just a bit of a know-it-all. And that's just it. But as far as the pre-show, he was talking, and I said, you know what, Tavares? If you don't want to be on the panel, you don't have to be. There is nobody twisting your arm. There is a plethora of XTV characters that would love to be on the pre-show. because this is the first time that we're doing anything like this. So the idea, and the only reason why it was proposed, is that we need strong names because it is the pre-show. So we need strong names putting over these matches. One last hurrah, getting the fans hyped for the show. And we were thinking about a four-man panel. And if Tavari doesn't want to be there, I'll take his place.
I think that's a good idea. But I don't think that it's that he don't want to be there. I just think that he just feel very strongly about the XTV brand, which a lot of guys do, and because the original intent was for XTV, and one thing that we doing right in XTV is we got the live game sewn up. I don't know if that was you or Terry.
It's been a collaborative effort amongst. It's a team effort. It's a group effort. Everybody's got a hand in this.
Well, I was just going to commend everybody in charge with being able to differentiate the two brands, because that's one thing that I was really afraid of around about this time last year. When I seen NXTV being the thing and that's all everybody was talking about, I'm like, damn, now we got to get XTV guys over. How the hell we gonna do that? I wasn't worried about how we was gonna do that, because I don't worry about us. We got it. It is what we got. But we are so nuts. But you know what I'm saying, though. It's that comparison. It's that compare and contrast, and it's being able to differentiate the two brands. That was the most important thing to me. But the idea was always that when XTV did go, we was going to always go live. And it's no net. As opposed to NXTV, you could just retake stuff for days and days, which that don't for a shoot that don't really happen. That there's more editing. Like, people take stuff out, but they don't really redo stuff. You know what I mean? And if they do, like 2 or 3 takes tops. Because that's one of the things in XTV.
That's right. We want the students to learn, because one day they're going to be out there live with no net. And they're gonna have to be able to get it. They're gonna have to be able to take scrutiny. They're gonna have to be able to think on their toes when things are going on in the live chat that's concerning them, and the whole thing. So, there is a bit of a net there, but they have the same sort of rules as the guys in XTV.
Yeah, again, they get the redo matches. You know what I'm saying? XTV don't get to do that. Because if we did, we would still have Big Trap.
That's right. But, well, I'm not going to talk about. I can't say. I'm not going to break kayfabe like you and your buddy.
My buddy. Let's talk about this, Martha. Let's invite the fans in on us.
I would love that.
Yeah, because I don't think that they know, the dynamic of our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Now, I was on Millennium's podcast. I think I was his first guest.
I heard that show. I haven't heard it in a while, but I heard it.
What you got to say?
You didn't tell the whole story. You left out so many things.
Well, please set it straight.
Well, one thing that you said was that you would sneak out, and that we didn't know what was going on, but we did know what was going on, because we had found out, and I had caught you, and you had admitted it.
I thought I said that.
That's not what you said. You said that we didn't know anything about what was going on, and that I was completely clueless, and that you had to show me the ropes. But I had been following your butt for the whole time, me and the kids, and figuring things out. I was talking to the people that you were talking to. I was meeting the people that you were meeting, going right behind your butt, and figuring this thing out the whole time. I was never as clueless as you portrayed me to be.
Well, you ain't never tell me that.
Justin, it's what happened. We went over this. And we had a big old fight over it because you sat up there and tried to fib about it. And we had a big old fuss. You don't remember. You don't even recall. But we had a big falling out. The kids were there. We were screaming loud. And it was like one of the biggest fights we ever had.
That's probably why. I probably blocked it out of my brain. I was probably traumatized by this situation.
Your butt's not traumatized. Ain't nothing traumatize you. But yes, we were. We were following your butt around in XTV, and actually, Justin Jr. and Laisha, they actually were happy, coming to this place, and so was I. I was very happy, coming here.
Yeah, the pre ganja age, y'all.
And he turned me onto that mess too. I was a good, wholesome woman, and Justin had messed up and got me on that stuff.
Tell it all. Let it out, Martha. Let it out.
I was hooked.
Oh, it is a good time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sitting up here with my wife. We're gonna sit up here and listen to her tell some more stories.
I'm not telling the story. I'm telling it how it T.I. is, as Bernie Mac would say.
We're gonna be back with more of Martha in a minute, y'all. Stay tuned.
That's the drink in the streets.
Alcohola.
What's up?
For real motherfuckers.
You being marketed at now, homie. Oh, shizzle!
Alcohol is a unique malt beverage.
A combination of everything that makes a memorable evening. Malt liquor and caffeine. Malt liquor!
Malt liquor, caffeine, janky than a motherfucker. Just a little cuckoo thrown in.
It's a good time blackout in a can. What's up?
You blacking out, asshole.
I'm blacking out!
Alcohola keeps the party going.
Even if you won't remember any of it. That's what's up!
You do everything in your car, from talking to friends to watching a movie to turning tricks with a coworker. So why should you get out of your car to eat? At Up and Atom, we're from a time when America didn't worry about global warming, cholesterol, or who could vote. Drive into Up and Atom today. Up and Atom, food from when we were morally superior.
Back with my illustrious wife, ladies and gentlemen. Mom! And she's up here. Now tell me more about when you first got into XTV.
Well, I bought us a house.
Yeah, I remember that house.
I got us a house because you were staying in that raggedy behind room at the side's house.
No. That was Trunk's room. And yeah, see that was Trunk's room, and I used to just hang out there. I used to just be there all the time. But I actually lived with Romy in his basement. And I know people think that sound bad, but nah. If you seen this basement, you would want to be there. Romy had that shit decked the fuck out. He was like, "This your room, man." He was like, "Sorry." I'm like, "Sorry? Shit, can I stay forever?" He was like, "You can stay as long as you want." Yeah, because we used to do the Buddha Monkey show. Did you know about that?
Of course I know about that. I didn't just not get here, Ernest. We're talking about way forever ago. But yeah, I was here. I had got us a house, and I had all that stuff long before you even knew it. I was like, okay, he wants to sit up there and play hooky on me. I'm gonna play hooky on him.
And how long had this been going on? Before you actually gave me the big reveal.
Oh, I kept this going on for, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking at least probably 9 months or or probably even a whole year, Ernest, because the kids were so into it, and it just became a whole new lifestyle for us. I mean, it was so new, and yeah, they had moved schools, and I had you thinking that everything was the same thing because see, here's the thing, fans. Ernest was gone that much. He was gone that much, and he was doing XTV things. I mean, I know it sounds bad on us. I know it sounds bad on me, but at the time, here I am with two young adults, and you know, Ernest was bringing home a whole lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. But he was never there. He would just come in, drop off money, take us shopping, show us an extravagant time for like a weekend or a couple of days, maybe a day out of the week, peek his head in, and then he would be out again. And I got fed up with it, and I followed his butt. And I just took my time, and I said, Martha, I said, don't get upset. I said, don't be angry about whatever you find, because I thought he was cheating on me. And I had thought that for a long time, because his lies were just ridiculous. They were just so inconsistent. And I just followed him. I packed up the kids, and I followed him. And I saw where he would be going. I saw the places that he was going consistently. And you would go to Romy's house, and you would be with Trunks. And the thing about that was, the kids were fascinated, but I was scared to death of Big Trunks, because they were like, "Oh, Donkey Kong," and I said, and they're trying to run over there, and I'm like, "Y'all hush up," we're there in the back seat, and I'm checking this out from afar. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? This is a long time ago. Now, it looks nothing like that nowadays.
Yeah, some violent stuff happened and everybody turned human.
Right, but, Big Trunks was Donkey Kong in the flesh. And I was scared to death, and Justin's just up there talking to him and having a good time and laughing. And I'm like, this is too weird for me. And he would always go to Romy's house, and Romy was, if you can remember, there was a movie called Aladdin.
Everybody knew about Aladdin, Martha.
Well, Aladdin and the Prince of Thieves.
It's just called Aladdin. Nobody calls it that.
It's Aladdin and the Prince of Thieves.
She talking about the Disney movie Aladdin, y'all. I know y'all probably confused by her terminology. Her damn, you're just so proper, and the Prince of Thieves. No, it's not.
Well, anyways, he was the monkey.
Yeah, see, because Romy had see what happened was AVW, y'all. He had bought this he had went to Orlando on a field trip to MGM Studios, and he had bought an Aladdin toy. And what came with the Aladdin toy in the little set was a little monkey, a boo, and a carpet, the flying carpet.
Yes. And I didn't know that. But what happens is, he's going over there all the time. And in this house, there's all these different creatures going in there. There was a lion, and the kids are just so fascinated. Mom, let me go. I say, well, if y'all don't sit y'all butt back, I'm gonna spank you. I'd never hit my kids, but I say, if y'all don't sit down right now, I'm gonna spank your butt. And just so many different characters going inside of here, and I'm just freaking out. And so that's I just say to myself, I said, we're just gonna see how far this goes, because I'm like, what's his deal? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to get out of this? And so I just sat back, and I just, after a while, it just became entertaining to me. Just the situations he get put in, and sometimes I'd be afraid. But I went up and I talked to Romy, and Romy, helped me. He helped me understand a whole lot. He's the one who really, helped me understand. Now Ernest, once you finally, opened up and seen that the jib is up, then because he did not want it to be true, and I don't know why he wanted to keep it from us.
It was to protect y'all. I didn't want Martha and the kids to be a part of XTV because because I knew it was so damn crazy. You know what I'm saying? That like I just didn't want them to get hurt. You know what I mean? But I guess it was inevitable, and that's what's crazy to me.
Yeah, it was sweet, but I was not hearing it because I thought that he was just trying to keep things from me. But Romy gave me the lowdown, and he told me about everything, about what really was going on, and so I understood that Justin was like working on all these different shows, and he was a big star here, and everybody loved him. And I'm like, well, no wonder he doesn't want to leave. I wouldn't want to leave. First thing, when I got here, I didn't want to go anywhere. And so what I was gonna say something.
Mm-hmm. She hitting that shit, y'all.
Shut up. I wanted to say, let me see what happened. Romy had told me. He had told me what was going on, and then I had found out about it. Oh yeah, and that's why I just spent the next year, just playing along with it. I just played along with it, and I just played, the dumb wife, because that's how he portrayed me. He's, and I don't even think in those days he ever even referred to me. And then once it came out, that's why when you started to hear him refer to his wife Martha. Cause I was like, well, I want to be amongst the guys. I want to be, hip, and I want to be cool.
And I was like, Martha, please sit your behind down. They gonna chew you up and spit you out. And she kept on insisting, and that's why, I continued. That's why when y'all seen me, talking bad about my wife, that's why it was okay, cause she didn't exist yet to people. I knew who Martha was, of course. I knew who my kids is. And I think Justin and them,
yeah, you let Justin. And I said, well, at least let the kids, get some shine. And they came out and they would do little things, and you would have little interactions with them.
Yeah, I mean, it made sense. AVW gave me kids, y'all.
He gave you kids and a wife. Too bad I'm not a beach wife or whatever you want. Some doggone spray tanned woman.
I told you before, Martha, I love you the way you are. Mm-hmm. I do. You lost all this weight. She in the gym, y'all. Boy. Look, I see her with a new set of eyes.
Ernest. Anyways, keeping with the story, that's what happened. Romy had just, put me up on what was going on, and I just let it be, and I would sit back and watch his things. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I was going to mention the fact, because I would be afraid of the things that would happen to him, because he would end up in situations, and they would rib him a whole bunch. It was just always a funny thing to rib Justin for some reason. And I mean, he would take some stiff ribs. He would be thrown out of trees, and Romy would assure me that nothing was going to happen to him. I said, well, he's dead. And he's like, no, watch this. And, he showed me like they had extra lives at the top right corner all the time, and a score at the bottom. I mean, this was literally happening. People had power meters. They were walking around with meters, and, you could tell how they felt. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, but one day, somebody figured out how to, delete all that shit. Just delete all that shit off the screen. And so, yeah, it ain't like that no more. We still got power meters, and it's still a score and all that bullshit, but it just doesn't show up on the screen.
And I said, Romy, this is absolutely nuts. Are you sure that he can't hurt himself? He would just show me time after time.
Oh yeah, plenty of lies, and that's another thing that still exists. because I would have been dead. You know how much shit didn't happen to me? You know how many times Trunks killed me? I mean, a lot of people would have been dead. Martha probably would have even been dead. I've been killed a few times. Shit just got dark, but it's true though. You know, motherfuckers just, you know, like the real XTV, the shit that y'all don't see, you know, on camera, is some damn hardcore fucking deadly ass shit. Like it is funny, and it is fun, but it's violent as hell. Motherfuckers, you know, I mean, y'all have seen people get locked up, but the reason that people got locked up, and Yosi started to implement that because, you know, she's seen that back when she was a commissioner. She's seen like just how bad it was, and she ain't wanted to be like that. And a lot of people, you know, are in favor of that, of XTV just not being so damn fucked up. But, you know, like Miss Martha,
Exactly. Sister girl.
man, they got this sister girl movement going on.
That's right.
She just she just put up her Black Power fist. It's a podcast, Martha. We can't see you.
I don't care. She can feel me in spirit.
Yeah, they got the sister girl movement, but yeah, and they all like they trying to these people in XTV are trying to, you know, make XTV all they what I'm afraid of is they gonna try to end up making this shit PG. That's what they gonna try to do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it just needs to be way less of the vulgarity, and it's sometimes it's a little too brutal sometimes, and I'm not even talking about some of the things that happen live, but even some of those things can be toned down, but as far as the things here, like you're right, and that's why there's fines being implemented, and but you know, Terry Williams, you know, he seems to sort of be playing the middle on this one.
Well, yeah, I mean he does you know, he let a lot of shit ride. You know what I'm saying? And because he let, you know, Terry Williams, he's letting XTV be XTV.
I let XTV be XTV. I don't think I suspended or had to, you know, reprimand anybody on my watch. I had a couple run-ins with Killer, and you know, yeah, you know, so things went down with him, but everybody saw what happened with that. And I think something happened with Big Trunks that was an accident. So, I mean, under my term, you know, I wasn't around here trying to fire people or throw people under the jail. I understand that XTV is XTV, but at the same time, if XTV wants to grow, if you want to, you know, be bigger than what you are, you have to make sacrifices and changes that can you know, entertain a bigger audience. What you have I feel will draw a cult following, but it's not going to get that audience that you want. You want the Disney fans. You want the Marvel fans. You want to be ubiquitous. I want to be what? Ubiquitous.
Well, what the time we got on that, Martha?
We got good time on this, honey.
All right. So, you know, that's where we stand on that. Yeah, XTV is a violent ass place, and, you know, we got this sister girl movement that's all like, oh yeah, we think XTV should be PG.
Nobody you are calling it PG. And the real truth of the matter is, you know, it's almost alluding to what you were talking about earlier when you were saying that, you know, it should be a, you know, how there's an NXTV and an XTV, and what can happen is that there's two brands, and there's like, because there's going to be several channels, and so people, they tune in to whatever they want to tune in. Some people might only be subscribed to XTV World. They don't know about, you know, the Twitch channel or XTV East or XTV West or XTV, what was it, Talk XTV?
I think it was XTV Shoots.
XTV Shoots. They don't know about all these different things. You know, and they're probably not even interested. They're just interested in world. And so, if you know, if it's going to come down to that, there can just be a side of XTV that has their, you know, their style of, you know, how it is now, and you can have those cult fans, and that's fine. but there's going to be a side that strictly caters to the commercial crowd, to the commercial fan. That makes sense. That's good business.
You're right, Martha. A compromise. I'm into that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way it has to be, Justin. But when you're talking about that, you're talking about involving personnel, and you're talking about dealing with people who you're probably not always going to get along with. Okay, and also you're talking about, different creative thoughts, and that is actually very good. But you have to understand that it's going to get to a point to where it becomes a little out of your hands. What happens?
Well, I mean, it's already out of our hands. You know what I'm saying? And as long as it's one boss, that's all that really matters. You see what I'm saying? That's the way all these other. Sorry about that disruption. That's the way all these other companies go under, by having more than one head. You see my body, Martha? I got one head. I get the big piece of chicken. That's right. Cause I figured that out with my head.
That's how. And these are talks. I mean, we're going into 2019, and that's why I'm so excited about it, because when the world website becomes a real thing, I think that's going to draw a whole lot of different creative avenues, and we are, I want to I'll put this out there: breaking kayfabe with Martha, honey. Because we're actually sitting on a website right now, and it is inactive. Now, it's not XTV World, but all we have to do is change the domain name. I can just say that.
Yeah, that's pretty hot. That's a hot topic. It is a whole. That's what I'm always saying. It's a lot going on in XTV. XTV, NXTV. We got XTV04. We got Modern Day Classic. So many different things happening. At one time, and then we going into this new season like, oh shit. Brand new things happening, brand new stars coming in, and whew, I'll tell you, man, it's hot, but it's where you want it to be, though, Martha. I mean, it's so beautiful.
It is so beautiful. It's like it was a thought that I had a long time ago, or not that long ago. I can't say that long ago, but I did have a vision, some time ago, and to see it come to pass the way it has. And then the thing that you guys did the other Monday night was just so fun, and that's so forward.
Yeah. That's a Terry Williams move right there. Twitch. She talking about Twitch. Yeah, I mean that's a Terry Williams call. Just going over there and just expanding the different platforms. That's just phenomenal, and it's like that's what we need in XTV. We need those types of things. But the thing about the Twitch platform though is like I don't know, and I gotta ask. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably get with my boy J&W for this one and see, how the stream comes across. I'm not so sure how many streams he ever caught, but I would like to know, how does the Twitch stream come across? Because I played the Monday night Twitch back, and like parts get cut out.
And the same thing happened with Nikki's match.
Yeah, Nikki and Yosi. Yeah, same thing happened. I had to go back and edit that. That was me.
That's why it's so darn botched.
Don't do that, Martha.
I'm just messing with you.
Don't do that. Be nice.
I'm always nice.
Keep your vehicle running right without spending more than you have to. At O'Reilly Auto Parts, our guaranteed low prices ensure you're always getting our best deal. Come see for yourself at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, Tom Bodette here. If you say cheese when someone takes your picture, it looks like you're smiling. If you say frugal, it makes it look like you just ate a mouthful of spicy walnuts. Well, say no more. Just know Motel 6 is a clean, comfortable room for the lowest price of any national chain. That's better than any mouthful of spicy walnuts. Book online at motel6.com. I'm Tom Bodette for Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you.
Now you can buy your parts online and pick up your order at any O'Reilly Auto Parts store. No shipping cost, plus convenient pickup and easy returns. Shop your way at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Had to hit the pause button real quick. We back with my beautiful wife, Martha. Martha, you just, I love you more every time I see you.
Oh, he's trying to turn babyface right here, guys. That's all he's trying to do.
I do love you, Martha. You my heart and soul, baby. What's that, I believe in miracles. What is wrong? You sexy thing, you. See, I usually say something else right there, and you know I would, but you my wife and I love you. I wouldn't do that to you.
I would slap the mess out of you.
I believe her too. You know, Miss Martha, she can wrestle, man.
I sure can. I've been training. I've been training for the past 5 years, actually. And I can mix it. I can mix it up a little. Now I'm no Miss J or nothing, and I'm not bouncing all around, but I know some fundamentals.
Yeah, she done took me down a few times, and I just let her do it. She's soft and squishy. It don't hurt, but she got a special move.
The arm bar.
The most boring move you could possibly pick.
I've got a very devastating arm bar. I sure do.
Oh man, the arm bar. That's so devastating. But yeah, it do hurt. But like it ain't so boring when you actually put in it. But I mean, it's not much of a visual.
Well, I'm see when I get in the ring, I don't think about what's going on outside.
Is that right?
That's right. I just go out there and I focus on the ring and on my opponent. I mean, it gets real to me. I get so intense. I do. I get so I just get this fire going through me, and then we lock up. And that's one thing I used to have the hardest time because I was always afraid of button heads, and we would have the headgear, and Bobby showed me how to lock up.
Bob Classic.
He showed me how to lock up, and he just did it in a way where I got it, because he showed me how to lock up in a way where it's like the lockup itself is like an actual move. And so when I started thinking of it like that, I started to get it. And so he would just lunge at me. He'd be like boom, and he'd lock up, and I was like, oh, it's just something about it. He just made me understand, and I got it. And I said, so that's the lockup.
Yeah, people kind of sleep on the collar and elbow tie-up. You know what I mean? Two guys jockeying for position, but right there, I love seeing that in a match. That's one of the most important things, in a wrestling match. I just love that old school, grapple style.
That's what I am. I'm a grappler. I'm a grappler. And I like to stay down on the mat because now when I first started, I would blow up. I would blow up big time. And I just started working on my cardio. And when I got that down pat, then I started to be able to move a little better. But I was so out of shape when I first got in there.
You was. How much did you weigh?
I was 303. I was the same weight as Hulk Hogan at one time. Hulk Hogan was 303 pounds. And that's how much I weighed.
Yep, she was big. I used to rib her.
And I was happy with my size. I never thought about it, but then one day, you know, I just had got in the ring. I was there. This is in the early days of the PC, and I had never thought about getting into a ring. It had never even crossed my mind. It was something I saw the other guys do, but you know, I never wanted to. And she had she just had showed me that. She said, you know, cause I got inside the ring, you know, I was just in there, and she was like, you should try out wrestling, and I think that she was just like low key trying to, you know, help me lose weight, because she was one of the, you know, ones who really helped me lose a whole lot of that weight.
Yeah, she definitely. Usually one of them people that like she real supportive. If she was here, she'd be like, I'm real supporting. That's how she said it.
Did you guys get this effect right? We're looking at 2G and with Bailey. They got this crazy effect on here. Oh, and they got it right too. Hush up.
Oh, they know they got it down pat over there with two. Oh no, they don't. No, they don't. They fucked it up. They fucked it up. You see that? Thanks for watching. Rate and comment, subscribe.
I had a feeling they would do that. Tell them, get them on the phone, reset it. Don't send that mess out. Caught their butt right here too.
All right, I was about to see. You hit skip. I had to go back.
But that's.
Thanks for watching. Rate and subscribe. No, I mean, yeah, please do rate and subscribe, but nah. So yeah, I'm texting them right now too. I'm gonna get their butt.
They put that darn effect on there and forgot to cut off the tail end. And I had a feeling, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's nice. Did they remember to? Because, let's let the fans in with this one, honey. They use a lot of green screen on Romy's show.
Yeah, and they be stuff that's downloaded from YouTube. And so what happens is when they do that, you know, sometimes they forget to cut out the part that ain't green no more. And so you get stuff like this popping in.
This is going to be the 4th time that they darn had to export that. Romy's been working on that for the past. I know he's about sick of looking at Bailey. But I love her. She is. I think that you guys are going to love the Bailey episode. That's just my personal take. She is so fun.
I bet y'all get along real good, Martha.
What are you trying to say? What are you insinuating?
Well, go ahead and tell the people about your wrestling matches. Who are you been in the ring with?
Well, I mean, I haven't had any. Oh no, I did have an official match. I forgot because I did a tryout match one time.
Oh yeah, this one she had went against my wishes. Go ahead.
Yes, Ernest didn't want me to wrestle. He didn't. He just tried to keep me back from everything. He kept me back from XTV. He didn't want the kids to be in XTV. I had to convince him to do that. Then I wanted to try out wrestling. So yeah, I did. So I lied. I had thought about wrestling, but I mean it was just something that I tried and I didn't really think about after I did it. I wrestled against Shamika. I'm not sure if some people are familiar with her. She and Shanique they're twins, but I wrestled against. Now that I think back, I don't even remember. I just remember working with Shaniqua a couple years ago when we first started in XTV, and Shamika wasn't there. Or I get them confused. I worked with one of them twins in the ring, and I worked with one of the twins, and yeah, and I had a match. And I don't know if I won or not, but we wrestled on the bricks, and guess what? It was the yellow and black brand. How about that? That was in 2013. Now, I was right about that. I said that I had...
Steve-O just not text me, K.
I work with... You just not made me forget my thought, Justin.
Sorry, Martha. I just not received a I just not received a text back. Nah, Steve don't know better than that shit. He texted me K, bitch. Public service announcement: men don't text men K. Men don't text women K. You say okay. I feel very strongly about that.
So yeah, to answer your question though, that she's the only person I officially wrestled, but I've been in the ring. I've mixed it up with Bianca Belair. I've mixed it up with Baby, and she's good. She is real good.
That little cheater.
You know, she is not as bad as she was. I mean, she has really come to. She is one that I'm very proud of. She has like really turned herself around, and you know, she didn't have to do that, but she has really made a change, and I'm proud of her.
You ruining her gimmick.
How am I ruining her gimmick? Saying that she's turned around, she has. She's made a great turnaround.
Well, I want to say, for those of y'all who've seen the latest episode in that XTV where she had became the champion, that I want to say a couple things about that. One thing, she really did beat Akira, because you know for the longest time Akira was the perception was that couldn't nobody beat her. Oh, she is a doggone wicked girl. I had her here. I remember she was here for Thanksgiving. And her and her sister and her cousin had ended up coming by, Cassidy, and they are just a wonderful bunch. But she is fierce. Yeah, but no, Baby really beat her. But see what we did right there was for heat. We brought Jackie Z back. You're gonna kill all the heat right there. You're talking about. See, I don't break kayfabe like that. I didn't. I'm not going there. You and Big Trunks got some doggone loose lips. No, I'm just letting people in on things. We talk real on here, you know. And if I know a little something, I'm gonna spill it. So that's what happened right there. They brought in Jackie Z for heat. You know what I'm saying? She screwed over Akira. You know what I'm saying? Because you know people like Akira being champion. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I'll tell you some shoot stuff. She was really upset about that. Because many promises were made to her. Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. She was looked at as being a big-time champion on top. Okay? And, you know, and she was just going to be the unbeatable girl and just run through many top contenders. And that's what was given to her. When she got that championship, because I don't think that she was even supposed to get it. So when she got it, it was made official. Okay, she's the champion, and this is what we're going to go with. And then when that didn't happen, and we saw what we saw on NXT just recently.
You know why I think that ain't true?
Why? I'm sitting up here telling you that this is what we told her.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess things changed because I know that they was trying to get the belt on Shannon back at that house show. They've been trying to get the belt on Shannon for a long ass time, ladies and gentlemen, and Shannon just won't win. Shannon, she just, man, I don't know, man. I don't know about her. I mean, I like her a lot. Don't get me wrong. She is good. Like, she real good. But I'm just saying that, like, she just be missing. She do. I'm sorry, Shannon. I like you. But you be missing.
Well, we'll see what happens. She's got a big opportunity. And she's done a good job at building herself back up. Because after taking losses, so many times, you start to look like a job person. So she's gone back out there and, she's doing something different. And she's doing new things and, she's being her. So let her do her thing.
Look, we all tremendously proud of all the kids in HTV. Speaking of kids, how about our kids? Let's talk about our kids. Let's talk about Justin and Laisha.
Well, did you see that big old spike in Laisha's videos? That I said, what in the world?
Yeah, that surprised me, but I thought that was just some glitch in the Matrix. I didn't know what the hell.
I mean, and that was overnight.
I looked up Laisha. I was like, well, damn, I seen that. That was like overnight. It was at like 0 hits. I think that had dropped on the same night as Killer 2GN episode. They dropped on the same night, and like it was at 0 for like I think a couple days. That's how it registered. It was just at like 0 views, and then all of a sudden it just spiked to like 50 hits or something like that.
59 or 69, something like that. Some big, big for us.
Yeah, see in XTV, we don't really get big hits, right? So if a person got like 1 view on their video in XTV, that's really 1 million views. And if it's 3, it's 3 million. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I skipped 2. If it's 2, it's 2 millions. And I said 2 millions. That's funny to me. But anyways, and yeah, so so on and so forth.
So that means that you're up in the 50 millions.
I'm hot shit. I'm up there. And Romy, I don't know. I ain't checked, but we like neck and neck. Me and Romy. You know what I'm saying? Episode. Me and Romy got a friendly competition going on, as far as like hits that we get, because I think we the top dogs on the East Coast channel. And so like we just like to
Well, I mean, you've been doing tremendous, and you need to keep up this work, because the stuff that you've been putting out lately has been golden. That Russo one, I said Russo. He sounds so much like him. Vince Venom. And I love Vince. Happy holidays, Vince, if you're listening to this. I loved him messing with you on that show.
Him and that's like something they got a gene. It's a fuck with Justin gene, and they whole family, all of them. Yeah. And Merry Christmas.
Boy, I tell you got the worst cover up.
Ain't no cover up, and it's and in addition to, it's like Merry Christmas and fuck you.
Oh, I didn't say all that.
I'm saying it.
But yeah, let's talk about Justin and Laisha. So now Laisha, she's finally getting her feet up under her.
It's finally time. It's time. Things done opened up for Laisha. I think what happened is I mean, look, I think NXTV is like established. I think it's just like we know who we are now. I think it's like that kind of thinking behind NXTV. And it's like
I don't know who they're going to get to replace JJ Strong.
JJ Strong will be back. But it's like with Trishelle L'Oreal, you know what I'm saying? Like they just had her doing everything. And then they had Sally in there, and then they got rid of Sally. And the whole time I was pushing for Laisha. I'm like, let Laisha do it. They was like, no, this. She gonna do the event center or whatever, or the special report. I'm like, well, that only come around, when pay-per-views come around. You know what I'm saying? But she landed her a big job. She on the latest in XTV. She the official host. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a second host with her, but we just haven't figured out who that's gonna be. She's the host for now, and she and we're gonna have a male with her, and they're gonna be like a host. We're probably gonna get somebody brand new. That's what we're thinking. We were gonna get Tom Curran, but we feel he's a little old.
Ain't nothing wrong with Tom Curran. He might be able to teach her a few things.
We were thinking about getting Tom Curran from the news. I don't know if he's still over there, but yeah, him. I mean, and I think we need to call him up.
Hey, Tom, hit us up, man. We know we love you over here in the Bay. Shout out. Merry Christmas too. Yeah, and then Justin, and I think we was talking about that, like I'm gonna tell you, and I think AVW was talking about it, on his show. I think he was talking about, kind of like how heavy it, at least at the time it seemed. It's like when you ain't done something yet, you don't know how you gonna do it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it seemed like this big task. And then once you done did it and you got over that hill and you looking down at it, it's so small. It's like, oh, that's all I had to do. But you know, the thing with that is like Justin and Kareem had a real hard task, in our opinion, of having to get their angle over and make people give a damn. You know what I mean? And Martha, you know, you was involved in the angle. I'm fine, everybody. And yeah, and you sitting up there. Don't you even try to blame me. You asked me, Martha, will you be on the podcast? I was the first person that came to mind. You know it. So again, my point of Justin breaking kayfabe. So he asked me to be here, dears. You ain't nothing but a snitch. No, you were gonna try to sit there and rat me out. Don't you even try that mess. Yeah, Martha got beat up, but hey, that was a good ass job though. They immediately, well, you know what you should talk about. You know, we're gonna get back to Justin, but talk about the angle that you did. Let's talk about like how all of that was set up, cause that was some funny ass shit. Well, okay, so we needed something hot for Justin to do. And so everybody knows that it's so hard to get darn, well, no, not that it's so hard. It's impossible to have men versus women on the game. And we were trying to figure out. We knew that we were going to have one of the men strike me. We didn't know who yet, but that's what we knew we was going to do. We could be like, that's it. We can have heat, and I'll jump in, and then they can just, they can strike me. And I'll go down, and so, well, never mind. Anyways, and so that was the idea. So we were trying to figure out how to do it. Now, one way we could do it is if you pick manager, you can go outside the ring and you can black out the arena or something like that, or something along those lines. You can go and use the effect. And then you could strike the manager, and then knock the person down, so it wouldn't have to be gimmick the way we did it. Even though I really like the way that come out, I sit there. They need to make a GIF of that mess. Ooh, we should. We're gonna make a GIF. We're gonna make a GIF of that Martha getting knocked on her ass by Kareem. But so yeah, what happened? So yeah, and here's the thing though. Is everybody was afraid, and like this is one of those things where a whole lot of people were gathered around to see how this was going to go down, because everybody doesn't know about what I just told you guys about me training to be a wrestler and all that mess. They don't know, so they just think that I'm just soft, old, sweet, frail Miss Martha, and they don't know that I can take a licking. So what happens is we're trying to get somebody to volunteer, and nobody wants to step up. They say, well, who can we get to hit Miss Martha? And nobody wants to do it. They're like, oh, no, we're not going to have your blood on my hands. They're just so afraid, for something bad to happen to me. And I said, Ernest, that thing said 7 hours. Don't pay no attention to that. How did it go from 2 hours to 7 hours? I don't know, but don't pay no attention to that. Hit cancel. Because we finna do this if it's finna take all that time. Y'all gonna get 2G in late. And so, let me see. Long story short. Too late, I know. Long story short, they end up picking Trishelle. Okay? Trishelle pulled the trigger, y'all. They picked Trishelle because they felt like, Trishelle is sweet. And, and she was sitting up there and she was like, oh no, Miss Martha, I don't want to hit you. Y'all know how she is.
And she didn't want to hit me, and I said, go ahead, give me your best shot. And she was hitting me with some punk shots. And I said, come on, Trishelle. And then it went from everybody being so apprehensive to when they seen that I can take a lick, they started to cheering for the mess. And they going, come on, hit her harder. And I'm like, come on, hit me, chump. And I started punching her, and we got into a mini fight right there in front of the green screen. It was a blast.
Everybody crowded around the green screen, seeing this shoot fight go on between Trishelle and Mrs.Martha, because we trying to get the perfect shot. You know what I'm saying? And so, how did y'all end up getting like what y'all got? Because I mean, she ended up knocking the hell out your ass.
I think she had to. Now, don't quote me on this, y'all, but I think that she had to grab a weapon. Because she was just hitting me. She just couldn't do it. I mean, she's just a little old frail girl. They didn't do her attributes enough. She is just an on-camera act. She's not ever going to be in an angle. I hope. You never know what's going to happen here.
Oh, yeah, they probably will put an angle now that she said that. They're going to have Trishelle taking bumps.
Oh, God bless her heart. But I want to say that she grabbed a steel chair or something. I don't know how she got me. Maybe she just threw me. You know, I think that's what it is, Ernest. I think that she did an Irish whip. That she couldn't, but I think we did try a chair. And the chair shot, it didn't work. Because, the chair shot wouldn't match up with a punch. We needed it to match up with a punch, and the chair would have got in the shot. So, what we did was, I think we got her to Irish whip me into the green screen. And that was a good shot. And then we also green screen Kareem and Justin walking back. We just green screen their feet only, so it can look like they're walking around while I'm behind them downed. And I seen that, and I was like, ooh, they did that good. I mean, it really looked like Kareem laid it on me.
Yeah, and then we did like this. We went like that, and made that slap sound.
It wasn't that loud, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a podcast.
But he punched his fist, and that's how he did that, and that's how you got that pop. But I mean, that was a blast.
Yeah, and so that's that was the first angle. So then we had so that's what got their feud hot. I mean, at first it was just lukewarm. It was like, okay, that's a nice change. You know what I mean? And we knew that's what we was gonna do, right?
Yeah, that's what we had the whole time in mind.
Because Justin was like, yeah, man, I'm on top again. There it is. And I'm like, yeah, man, I see you out there. Do your thing, man. It's a lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I know that he can handle it. If anybody can handle it, it would be him. You know what I'm saying? If it's anybody on that roster, King Kong got it hot enough to when now it's a substantial brand, and now we can start having top storylines with different people besides King Kong. He carried that whole year. He carried the whole.
He's been carrying it for a long time, and that's why it's good to have him away and just let all these other talents develop, let them get their shine. I love what's happening right now. I love it. Yes, Lord. Justin is doing his thing, and then we just cut him loose, and then the next week we shot that promo with him, and he did a good job on that.
Yeah, J&W even complimented his promo. He I don't think I even mentioned it. He just was like, "Hey man, that promo." I think he put it in the comments. He was like, "Hey, that promo by Justin," and I think Bob had directed that. Oh no, I directed that. Cause what happened with that was him and Bob was in there laughing and shit and giggling, cause or some shit like that. And I'm like, look, motherfucker, cause I think we was kind of pressed for time. So I'm like, look, man, get this shit right. So he wouldn't laugh when I was in there, but him and fucking Bob was laughing. So I was like, get the hell out of here, Bob. And so I had to come in, and that's actually the second. That's actually the second one. The first one, he did a good job, and he hit a lot of those same points. But he was kind of like stumbling around. I'm like, Justin, you can do that a little bit better. It's like, that's good, but you can do that better. Like, do what you just did, but now that you got your thoughts together, like, make it a home run. And, you know, he got real serious. He took his time. I think it's a pause before the video. That was real. You know, I'm like, just take a deep breath, pause, and just, you know, say how you feel. And he went in, you know. I think that's one thing that we try to implement, you know, in practice, in the promo practice was, I'm like, you know, make that shit be heartfelt. You know, come from the heart. Don't do a wrestling promo. Don't be a wrestler for the sake of being a wrestler. Don't do what you've seen on TV. Be you. You know, if you angry, be angry. If you happy, be happy. But be real, you know, and play off of that emotion however you feel.
Yeah, he did good. He did real good. And then the thing with JJ, that's what I'm like, well, how is JJ going to come back? Because, I mean, I don't know how they're going to figure that one. I mean, because JJ was, you know, he was supposed to be, you know, the voice of that show.
I don't know, man. It's interesting. I don't know. I don't know. But I just think that JJ, and you know, I think he just gonna come back. You know, he did take a good beating, you know, but I thought that, you know, he would just come back. You know, I didn't think that he was just gonna be gone forever. You know, I mean, damn, he didn't beat him that bad. He a fighter, right?
I don't know. I thought I felt like they were working him off of TV because everybody's always talking bad about JJ. That's all I thought.
Well, and I thought for the same reason. They was like, well, fuck what you think, and we're going to keep him. He's Michael Cole. You hate Cole? Hate JJ. You hate it, and you're going to love hating it.
But yeah, so, you know, but that was good, too.
We told him we was gonna wait on that. I was real hands on with Justin. You know, he wanted me to be there. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I helped with directing a whole lot of those scenes. And I said, because what happened on the Go Home episode was supposed to happen the week prior, but we also knew we wanted Justin to cut a promo. So we was like, shit, we could just save that angle till next week, and we'll just finish off with the promo. You know what I'm saying? Because Justin, I know he can cut a strong promo. You know what I mean? And I don't think he ever been able to display that. You know, anytime it was always like some laughy, jokey stuff. But like when Justin gets serious, Justin can bring a crowd in. You know, Justin is one of those guys that I think right now is main roster ready. You know.
He's definitely main roster ready, but you know, a lot of those guys down there are main roster ready, and a lot of people who people think might be main roster ready are not main roster ready, and not even close to being. But he's one of those names, but he just has to be ready. I mean, he's got so much story to tell, and it's like what I was just not saying. You know. He's been, on the sideline for so long. He needs to establish himself as a top guy in NXT first before we even think about him moving anywhere near the main roster.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. Man, I'm glad we did this, Martha. I'm sure that I had another point that I wanted to make, but I don't remember. Where we at?
We are a half hour in here.
Well then, I think that's the podcast right there. I think we covered some good stuff.
I think so too.
Well, Merry Christmas then, everybody. And you got any final things you want to say to the people, Ms. Martha?
I want to say yes. I want you guys to have a happy holiday because I understand everybody doesn't celebrate Christmas. So whatever you're celebrating this holiday season, I want you guys to enjoy yourselves, enjoy your family. And if you get a chance to, I want you to stop by XTV World and check out Modern Day Classic. How about that?
Oh yeah. So on that note, y'all, thank you, Miss Martha. I love you. All right, everybody, they give me the go home cue. I want to thank my beautiful wife, Miss Martha. She got an everlasting smile, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever download Martha on Community Creations, she always smiling. Yeah, that's how she is in real life. The love of my life, my heart, my soul, my everything, my backbone, my main thing, my squeeze. Definitely got to thank her for doing this podcast with me. And, probably in the future, Miss Martha will probably be around for most stuff like that. It's actually a nice go-to to actually, be able to just interact with her. She already here, you know what I mean? She be looking around, or, hanging around, doing stuff in the house, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Thought that was pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely want to wish you guys the safe holiday travels if you guys are going to be going anywhere. You know what I mean? Just be safe, man. So much craziness going on out here. So I just want y'all to be safe. I want y'all to be happy. And I want y'all to just enjoy y'all lives and enjoy XTV. And you know what? I think you do. You know it's coming. Because it's a good time! Thank you guys for tuning in to Justin's podcast. And until next time, so long, everybody!